It's 2025 and there's no reason why you should still be waiting for a friend, your sister, a family member, or even a makeup artist to achieve the bare minimum makeup look. That's why in today's video, I got you. I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this very soft glam, this very clean girl makeup aesthetic with no lashes, okay? I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this very pretty, full coverage makeup with not too much makeup, not too much steps, not too much serene, okay? I got you. So if this sounds like your vibe, if this sounds like something you're interested in, then make sure you keep watching this video. Love you. Mwah. Hey my lovelies, so let's get right into the beat, okay? Let's get right into it. So I'm going to first of all moisturize my lips because we do not want to work with dry lips. Okay, so you're going to start out by moisturizing. This will just help your lipstick be better when you apply it afterwards. So using the Vaseline lip therapy, like I love this so much. It's not sticky whatsoever, it's just very minimal. I love that. Then we're going to go right ahead and skin prep. So for skin prepping, I'm going to be using this Neutrogena Water Boost Gel. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and apply to my skin. My skin is actually very dry right now because I started using tretinoin for my skin. So it's like really dry. So I just want to let you know that no matter the skin type you have, a moisturizer is a definite must. This just helps your skin look more hydrated and even makes the makeup look way better. So this small fan always comes in handy. It just helps my makeup dry time to take like lesser time. So it's currently 10. It's currently 10, but I'm going to put on sunscreen just for the purpose of this video. So I've gone ahead to apply sunscreen. I'm going to let that sit. So I'm going to tell you this. Once you allow your product settle into your skin, it's going to look 10 times more better, okay? It's just the physics behind it. I don't even know, but I've discovered that letting my product sit at least 2 minutes in between before adding the next product, it just allows it to sit better, okay? So now I'm going to go in with my primer. So that's basically all I do for skin prep. Okay, so now let's get into my brows. So for brows, I only actually use the Beauty by Didi. Now she's called it Didi Beauty actually. So I only use this brand for my brows, okay? So I use their pencil and their brow laminator, but they call it the brow lazy, okay? So I just brush it into my brows. It's giving too full. I think I should have shaped it. Now it's looking too full. Especially this side. You see, you don't know how to curve your brows, don't do this. You just see how better shaped that look compared to before. Okay, this is what the brows are giving right now. So I'm just going to go in with my brow pencil and I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in. Nothing serious. Okay, so don't pay too much attention to the brows. When you overthink your brows, you just kind of this is one thing I hate about I rolled it too much so it broke. So you just kind of not think it through. Like, don't overthink the brows. When you do, you always just end up messing it up. Well, that's just my own experience though. And for feathered brows, it's very easy to just fill it in. So I'm still going to go in and draw them afterwards, but just before we start, this is what we're working with. So now let's get into the skin, okay? So very quickly, I'm going to be taking my Northern Beauty foundation. This Queen Amina, okay? I'm going to be using this to color correct. Not like really color correct though, but I have hyperpigmentation and I just use this to... Oh, this is giving my skin tone. Oh, I think they gave me the wrong shade. I think I bought the wrong shade. I think it's supposed to be D16. D16. Oh my god, I bought the wrong shade. This is a new foundation, so this is literally my own shade of foundation. So now I have the D16. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it to just apply on the spots that are like really dark, just like my hyperpigmentation. So we're gonna go ahead to let it dry a bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start blending from the edges, okay? We're gonna blend from the edges. You see that? You see? So it's going to make sure you don't have any like harsh lines on it. I'm going to go ahead to this side. And I'm going to go ahead and blend here fully. I'm going to blend it out. So you can see now that I allowed it dry. I actually allowed it dry a bit much, but you can see now that I've allowed this to dry, the way it's just, the coverage is there. Like you can literally see it's sitting where it's meant to sit. The concealer is not moving. Right? Now we're going to get back to the eyes, and then I'm just going to so iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? I need rest now. Got me bummed out. Make sure you go in between the noses. I got noses, but make sure you go in between the nose. Okay? So just blend. And now I'm going to go into a lighter concealer. So this is in the shade SMC3. So the one we used is 4. So this is just one shade lighter. Okay. So I let this set for just a tiny bit. Like not for a long time, just a tiny bit. Then while that is setting, I'm going to go ahead with my concealer, the SMC4. And then I'm just going to put it on my eyelid. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend this. You could let it sit a bit longer, but I don't think that's really necessary. So I'm going to be using my favorite setting powder of all time, and this is the Mirac Baking Powder. Sadly, Mirac Cosmetics is no longer like functioning. I think Layefa actually came out and said all of that on, and I'm so sad about it. Like I literally had to buy a shade that's not like the shade I would normally buy, because I would normally buy like a bright shade. That this one is like my actual baking shade, but normally I would go for like the brighter one because I really like bright under eye and I really like her formula, but I'm sad. So I'm gonna go in with my brush, tap on the setting powder, right? You can just like twirl it around, let this the brush pack from the powder, and then you're going to come to your palm and you're going to release the excess. Okay, so this is, we're setting the face first of all. So before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and just like make sure there's no concealer sitting where it's not meant to sit. Press that in. So you see the difference already, right? So the next eye, and we're going to do this for the entire face afterwards. So we're using the excess to just oh my god, guys, I forgot to, what's it called? What's the word called? You know, do like a subtle, I have to do that. I normally use the remaining of my concealer left on the sponge and just kind of create like a line underneath my chin to kind of give a more lifted effect. So I forgot to do that. So it was when I wanted to set my face, I was like, oh, I've not actually put any product here. Oh my god, filming and actually doing your makeup are like so different. Yeah, so we're gonna head to set. Now I'm going to go ahead and bake my face. I'm going to take my powder puff. Okay, now we have that on the lockdown. Now we're gonna get into the eyes. So for the eyes, guys, I just use a powder palette for my eyes. Yes, I do not do too much with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take my beauty blender and blend out the creases of my eyes. Make sure there's no extra concealer sitting down. And then I'm going to take that same powder puff and just pick a shade of powder, honestly. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just, you know, rub it on it like this. We're not going to dust it or anything. We're just going to go ahead and put it right there. You see that? So that's how I do like a mini, very quick eyeshadow look. If you have time, you just want to go ahead and blend this out with a brush, but you can go ahead to do this very quickly. It doesn't actually take time. So I'm just going to go into this palette. It's not a must, but I'm just going to take a darker shade. It's because mostly the darker shade of my powder palette is broken. So I actually need a dark shade of powder just to kind of just blend out that powder I have done. So, like I said, it's nothing serious at all. Just kind of just blend it out because we do not want creases or ash lines, rather. We don't want anything like that. So you just see how simple it looks. It just looks very effortless. So for mascara, I'm going to be using the Classic and the Zaron mascara. Guys, I actually fancy Nigeria makeup products, actually. I know some people are like, you know, they're not it, but I actually fancy them a lot. I have a lot of Nigerian makeup brands in my stash. So, look at that. So, something very soft and easy. This setting spray has been with me from God knows when. I don't even know when I bought the setting spray, but I actually really like it though. Okay, but it's gone now. It's gone. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for that to dry. Okay, so while this is drying, you can go ahead to be doing other things. Okay, so you're still maximizing your time. So now I'm gonna go in with my contour powder. So I'm going to get back into my powder palette. So that I'm just going to pick in my own shade. I'm going to mix in these two shades. Let me show you guys. So I'm going to mix in these two shades. And then I'm just going to go under my eyes. Like that. I'm just pressing it in. Wow, like this just gives me that very smooth under eye all day long, actually. Okay, see that? Just that very like subtle thing going on. You just have your nose snatched a little bit. Okay, so this is not the shade I used to contour. This is like a brighter shade in a way, brighter dark shade. So I just use that to give it a little bit of, and then you just want to bump that, the contour, this thing into your brows. So it's not looking patchy and not connected anywhere. Just bump it into your brows and then close the ear. See how cutesy that looks? So now we're going to get into bottom lashes, and this is the part where I'm going to be using the Zaron mascara. I just really like this tiny wand. It just helps me really get into the lashes. Okay, I might have to do this off camera. I make very like ugly faces when I'm doing my mascara, so privacy please. So this is where we are at right now. Very pretty, doesn't take so much stress. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in for my lips. With the lips, I just do a cocktail, like anything I see, any shades that I'm feeling that day, that's what I'm gonna go with. Okay, so let's see what today's shade is gonna be, because I have no idea right now. So I just try and always sharpen it for that very like sharp look. So I'm going to go ahead with my beauty blender that has the powder in it, and I'm just going to dry my lip. Okay, I just find that this allowed the pencil to slide more smoothly, and considering that we put the lip balm previously, so it's just going to help the pencil glide more smoothly. Also, I got this Adventure Makeup lip gloss. I don't know if it's gonna slap, because I don't know, first time I'm ever trying brand called Adventure, but I'm hoping it slaps because I'm about to use some of them for this lip. So let's see how it goes. That's nice. Oh, I actually love this gloss. What? I love it. And it's so cheap for the price and for the quality it's given. It's actually so cheap. I think I got the whole pack for like $8.5 or so. I'm not so sure again. But it's like so cheap. Like, I think I'm good with this, with the lip and how it came. Okay, so the last step I do is I go back into that palette of before, and then I just take those two shades I use, and then I'm just going to apply it on top of my makeup. Nothing serious, just to bring back a bit of color into my face. So this is like my very like soft blush color. You see that? Now I just look like very put together, very, I know what she's doing. Like, she didn't do too much, but she's fine.